never fought for women to get jobs. Why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am... Oh my god.
It's Susan B. Anthony, man. Everybody, like, puts her up on a pedestal. She ruined it for all of us. Somebody said, we drown so CEO boss babes can swim. Somebody else said, bro, I was literally talking about this today. Like, they are going on the list with Eve. Right. Like, at the moment, I'd rather be a stay-at-home mom and do chores. Yeah, well, shocker. That's what we're kind of designed to do, honey.
And I will argue that the world would be a much better place if everybody stayed in their traditional roles and do what they was designed to do instead of what they're programmed to do through propaganda and other social media outlets and world of entertainment and things of that nature. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. I ain't gonna waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump into the next clip. This next clip is just going to be a little bit of a dig, to be honest with you, but I found it very, very interesting. All right, check this out.
Richest women in the world. At number 5 is Miriam Adelson with a current net worth of $36.7 billion. She's the widow of Sheldon Adelson, the founder and former CEO of the gambling empire Las Vegas Sands. Following his death in 2021, she inherited over half of the stock in the company, which is currently valued at around $46 billion. Coming in at number 4 is Jacqueline Mars with a current net worth of $38.3 billion. She inherited an estimated 1/3 of Mars Incorporated, the world's largest candy maker, which was founded by her grandfather Franklin Mars in 1911. The third richest woman in the world is Julia Koch with a current net worth of $59 billion. She's the widow of David Koch, who's the son of Fred Koch, who founded Koch Industries, which is one of the largest privately held companies in America. Following her husband's death in 2019, she and her 3 children inherited his 42% stake in the company. Coming in at number 2 is Alice Walton with a current net worth of $61.5 billion. She's the daughter of Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, which since 2014 has been the world's largest company by revenue, generating over $611 billion in 2022 alone. But before we get to number 1, let's look at a few honorable mentions. First up is Mackenzie Scott with a net worth of $29.9 billion, but you may know her better by her former name, Mackenzie Bezos. Another honorable mention is Nancy Pelosi, who seems to be the greatest stock trader of all time. She must just have some really good intuition. But coming in at number 1 is the richest woman in the world and the 12th richest person in the world with a current net worth of $91.4 billion is Francois Bettencourt Myers. She's the granddaughter of Eugene Schuler, the founder of L'Oreal. She and her family own an estimated 33% of L'Oreal stock, the largest cosmetic company in the world, currently valued at around $250 billion.
Now, what do all of those women have in common? Well, it's very simple, you guys. They all inherited their wealth from what? From who? A man. Whether it was passed down from one generation to another, or in Mackenzie's case, she got half of Bezos' wealth through divorce. If you really pay attention, man, to the wealthiest women in the world, that's pretty much how a lot of them got a hold of their wealth. It was either passed down to them from generation to generation, or they got it by hooking up with a guy that already had it, and then when they put the time in, they got a divorce and took half. Now, you got so many women that want to sit over here and scream boss babe, boss babe, boss babe, but in reality, a lot of these chicks that y'all see over here making a whole lot of money, they needed help from men in some shape or form to get there. At some point in time, you had to interact with the opposite gender in order to get to where you wanted to go. Whether you needed a man as a customer, i.e. OnlyFans or any other type of sex work, or if you had to make some kind of business deal, 9 times out of 10, you had to deal with men in some shape or form. So let's cut the bullshit. That's why I wanted to play that clip for you guys, all right? Now, on to the next clip.
My father has told me that if a woman's over 32, never been married, never had any kids, there's something wrong with her.
All right. Tell your daddy. That if you find a woman who is 32 years old, don't have any kids, never been married, tell your daddy that she's educated and that she's planning to make financial decisions so she can afford the children that she has and send them to college instead of having them standing at the L stop. She can drive a Lexus to work. Tell your daddy that the woman is a boss.
It's always the 49ers, bro. It's always the 49ers, man. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Oh, man. In my mind, all I can think of is, does this woman think that men find that kind of attitude attractive? The only type of men that's going to find that kind of attitude attractive is the beta males. Those same guys that you overlook and say that aren't good enough. Just so you know. And notice how the moment that woman started talking and said, tell your daddy, and they said, oh. And then when she started talking, all these women standing up and clapping. Notice all the women that were standing up and clapping looked out of shape. All of them look like they probably in their 40s and 50s. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're probably single and childless. It would not shock me. And then on top of that, 32, single, hasn't had any children yet. Yes, we are going to be sketchy, especially if you're attractive. Because all I'm thinking is how high is your body count? What you been doing? Why you ain't had any kids yet? Why you haven't been married yet? And how fast do you expect things to move when you do find a person? Because if you're 32, you only got 3 more years before you hit geriatric pregnancy. And what man really wants to go through that if he wants to have a family? So while you over here, she's going to be making financial decisions, which is translation. The reason why I haven't settled down yet is because I want to wear the pants in the relationship. Let's keep it a buck. That's what it really is. All right, on to the next clip.
Man should always make a way. I feel like I'm not gonna work my hands to the bones to provide. I'm not gonna work 16 to 20 hours a day or a week to provide for my family. You're the man. You have the penis. Go get a job. Get 3 jobs. My man has 2 jobs. Go get 7 jobs and 2 side hustles to buy me the things that I want because I'm a woman. Man should always make a way. I feel like I'm not gonna work my hands to the bones to provide. I'm not gonna work 16 to 20 hours a day or a week to provide for.
See, and this is how I know the sisterhood ain't a real thing, because y'all contradict each other so much. She's gonna be a boss. Then the very next clip, you got a woman over here saying, "Oh, nah, you need to be working. You need to work 7 jobs and 2 side hustles." And this will be the same woman that'll sit over here and say, he ain't ever make any time for me and he ain't give me any attention. That's because he was too busy working 7 jobs and 2 side hustles to support your ass because you spoiled and being a damn brat. See, this is exactly why I played the very first clip for you guys, because I thought it was so hilarious how, and you're starting to see more women like that are admitting, like, damn, like, why did women back 60 years ago fight for us to work? Only for majority, if not most of y'all now don't want to work. Y'all want a man that makes enough to keep y'all at home. Ain't that crazy? It just goes to show you, man, like, in a way, you can actually argue that inflation and the way and how expensive everything is you're starting to see more and more women wanting, and I keyword being wanting, to revert back to their natural gender roles because they're tired of trying to keep up with the Joneses and pay for all this expensive shit. Because like Andrew Tate said, the harder life gets, the harder the world is, the more both genders revert back to their natural gender roles, bruh. Andrew Tate is so right on that. Let's keep it moving. Last clip, man. This is what we've been building up to.
If you want Valentine go to you to United States, why you don't call him?
See.
Because I'm the breadwinner. That's number one.
Oh.
How dare you?
There's really no nice way to say it. You understand that I make the most, honestly. Second, I am a physician, a practicing physician that's doing extremely well. It would be foolish for me to leave my career as a physician, my businesses that I own and operate, to come to the DR and live a impoverished lifestyle. Let's be honest. What are we talking about? You can't provide for me. I have to make my own money. I can't live off a couple $100. Like, you cannot provide for me, so why would I leave the United States?
And my question for that young man is, why would you deal with her when you can get a younger, just as attractive, if not more attractive, in a woman that's going to follow your lead and doesn't necessarily require you to be the breadwinner in order to give you that kind of respect? And you'll be home with your family versus being emasculated in front of your family. And y'all saw what it said on the bottom right corner, why men are getting passports. That man is from DR. She's the one that's from the United States. So it just goes to show you, man, like, once again, these women can't operate the same way we do. That's why Passport Keisha will always lose. Well, not always, but more often than not will lose, and Passport Bros are winning. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments. And I recently got monetized, so please check out that channel, all right? And I also just dropped some new music, Monk Mode Deactivated. Make sure y'all check that out. The link is in the description for that as well. Until the next video, y'all, deuces.